Ah, yes. Here is a bunch of unconscious people.
Yes, we're all very
Oh.
unconscious.
I think we're all stabilized, though, if I remember.
Yeah, we're stabilized,
Yeah.
but Charlie's the only one who's conscious. Of course, the one who can't heal. I guess I can't heal either.
I think this music will do for now. Yeah, I just loved. Like I said, that's right. That's where we ended.
Yeah.
Last week or 2 weeks ago. Previously on. We ended with literally everyone unconscious.
I'm still
Except
unconscious.
for
Yeah.
Charlie, as all of the goblins on the ramparts were cheering for him or for her. And Charlie had this kind of this moment of being a bit of a champion in the eyes of other people. Oh, I gotta pull up the other map because I forgot that.
Eli's still up there.
Eli's unconscious on the other map.
Yeah, I'm up on top.
There you go. Here's also the other map, so
Yeah,
you can
there's
see
me.
where every unconscious person in the party is.
But thankfully, I'm not
Cool.
dying.
We done good.
Good job, folks. So I also realized, kind of going back over the last thing, that I wanted to clarify that we actually did not make any allowances for Charlie. That Charlie did legally, by the rules, pull everything off, because Charlie, you were only one movement distance away. And you could have used the other one to grab out the heal kit that you used to perform that stabilization check.
Oh, okay.
So we are 100% still on rules as written.
Awesome.
I kind of looking back, you were close enough where you could have pulled the kit, dragged the halfling, because the halfling would not have taken you over your drag weight.
Nah, not a halfling.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's loaded up with. He's not like full adventurer loaded with gear either.
Do you dream when you're knocked out?
No, you're not.
Okay.
I want to say something really edgy, but I don't have anything edgy to say.
Like, I have experienced this state many times. No.
You sure you don't just dream of unconscious sheep?
I suppose it's
Two
possible.
unconscious people dream of unconscious sheep. It's the
Yeah,
follow-up no one asked for to Blade Runner.
I knew the answer all along. I just really wanted to lead up to and say that.
Fair enough.
Dog's going nuts.
We should probably get him fixed then, bro.
All right. So, everyone feel good about where we ended last time? Ready to jump right back in?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, no, not really. I'm unconscious. Not
Yeah,
feeling
narratively,
very
you know
good.
what's going on. So,
I don't think narratively Felix has any idea what's going on.
no, but you, Isaac, hopefully do.
I'm very into character. I'm like Daniel Day-Lewis.
All right.
I'm gonna get Kate to kick me in the head a few times.
Please don't. Both for the sake of you and Kate's foot.
I don't know. Is my skull particularly bony? You felt it more than I have, probably.
I mean, you're not soft-headed.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I need to hear.
I'm here to help, bro. All right, so Trent, this is really going to kind of start with you, as Charlie is looking up from the unconscious and now doused Calmont. Looking over to the right, you see this dead dragonoid sort of creature. Panning over from there, you see Felix unconscious. This sort of, this thick-armed, brutish thug, sort of dwarfing almost in body size in comparison. The much smaller Tam. And up on the battlements, like top of the body hanging over, I mean, just like an arm hanging over the battlements. It's just the arm of Karen. Still attached to the rest of Karen's body, mind you. Sort of unconsciously draped over the side of the battlements. And almost as the sound in your head sort of starts to go down, you realize that the goblins are cheering, and cheering for you. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I have a cheering sound.
Oh, you have a cheering sound.
Different kind of cheering there, but
Oh no.
so Charlie, we're gonna rejoin you at that moment. What's going on for you?
Thank you, thank you. Please help my dead friends.
The goblins sort of is it safe to come down?
Oh yeah. I took care of everything.
Oh, okay. Goblins kind of look around a little bit and
Hey, are you that last group that what's her face goblin lady was looking for?
sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find a better sound set. Breaking all tension that didn't exist beforehand. And sure enough, there is one of the goblins looks at you. Do you mean
Warble?
Warble?
Yeah, Warble. Yeah, she kind of sent us up this way after you guys.
I haven't been able to make my meeting with Warble in a week.
Yep, that would be it. Yep.
We were trapped up here by. This is sort of imagine being like shouted down from the ramparts still.
Oh, you guys can come down and we can talk face to face.
It's very far. It feels like it would take a lot of work.
Heal the orc.
Anybody around here, healer, maybe heal my mommy up there? The orc lady? I'm gonna take that as a no. Anybody got some potions, maybe?
We don't have much in the. Sure, I'm gonna do my best to sort of stage shout. We don't have much in the way of potions. We have a warm fire.
Is moderately helpful. Thank you.
It's actually our clan's motto.
I find myself in a bit of a predicament.
Well, perhaps we can drag their bodies to a softer place. And they in a little bit to wake up.
Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. Why don't we do that now?
And so here we go, Karen. You're lowered down by rope.
All right.
Now I can go ahead and close this this window, and they kind of all drag you over down here.
Sweet as.
You know, I'm gonna remove everyone from the combat tracker now.
Oh yeah, we're not in combat anymore. I don't know if you picked up on that one, but I'm letting you know.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're all out of combat.
Yeah, we're out of combat now.
Oh, I think I did say remind me to talk to you about the magic items, though, didn't I?
Yes.
I don't remember a thing.
They're all mine.
Yeah, so
We're not there to argue.
Well, this has happened. You know, I can actually still keep. I should keep Calmont's unconscious body on the map because you might need that for.
For reasons. Does it fit in the walk?
It might. It's a big walk.
A small halfling.
Walk you talking about?
So, out of curiosity, if you got like a sentient walk, Eli, would it be a
walkie-talkie?
No.
You know what? Worth it.
Worth it.
All right.
If it knew you had to get up and go to work, would it walk you up on time?
It would not.
We're done. We're done here.
Oh no, we're not. We're just starting.
I need some good music because it's just not enough sound effects for me.
Didn't you say there was an Age of Ashes like playlist, or was that?
Oh, I'm using it right now.
Oh.
the one that I happen to have it on doesn't have music running, so I'm gonna pick a music thing to mix in. This'll do. All right, so Charlie, you and these kind of newfound goblins are sort of moving people around. And one goblin, the one that was being held hostage, she introduces herself to you as Helba. Kind of walks forward. I'm not sure I have a Helba art piece for you. Let me see. Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
Hey.
Helba here kind of comes forward.
Oh,
This is the guy that was being held hostage. I'm Helba. I'm the leader of the Brumble Brashers tribes. I thank you for saving me.
Yeah, no worries, B. Can you, any idea how I can get my comrades here, awake again?
Well, we could use the ancient Brumble Basher healing arts, which is to let them lie there for about an hour or two.
Right. Okay. Well, you guys want to go through this, rest of this thing with me a little bit? Kind of see if we find shiny things in here?
Well, by Brumble Basher tradition, the right of finesies belongs to you.
Oh, this is perfect. Okay.
All right. So as you look through the stuff that you find on Calmont, kind of like making sure that even though he's unconscious, he goes, "Oh, did you?" Calmont's body is still just limp and lying there. You presume he may as well come to at some point.
I don't know that I have any rope or anything.
Oh, you can easily find some.
Yeah, you can steal some from basically any of us.
I also
We're
have
not
rope.
gonna tell you not to.
I have rope attached to my harpoon. You can untie it.
I'm gonna hog tie that motherfucker.
All right,
For sure.
just for shits and giggles, can you just give me like a let's do a survival check.
Alright.
That feels like a survival-y thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah. Dirty.
Yeah,
trick.
you easily tie up Calmont in a way that you think would be difficult for Calmont to get out of. So
Alright.
looking through Calmont had several things on him. Calmont had a dagger of some kind.
Okay.
He was wearing leather armor, size for a small creature.
Okay.
A lesser healing. He has sort of. Sorry, I said that out loud. He has two sort of vials of something on him.
A lesser.
Lesser vial.
Two flasks that you, as an alchemist, would have to look at a little closer, but you can easily recognize as being some sort of formula beyond just liquid in a flask. A short bow made with some level of artistry and a sort of some things carved into it. About 20 arrows, and then a set of thieves' tools.
Okay.
If you want to give me, you know what? I should actually double check the rules.
I did not write any of that down.
I did.
What?
Just let me. I'm curious on how identifying magic items works in Pathfinder 2 for no reason at all.
No reason.
Yeah,
Absolutely none.
none at all. Oh, okay. All right, so there's a concentration action. It looks like you can spend 10 minutes to try to identify the particulars of magic. Oh, cool.
Alright. I don't think I would do that right now.
Yeah. Looks like it takes about 10 minutes, but I'll say that right now you suspect the bow is magical, as are the two flasks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
So as I let these unconscious bodies lay here, what if I just meandered my way back to like right here?
Let me close all of the windows I have up really quickly.
You go through or around the walls?
I burst through them like a golem.
Okay.
Do you go, oh yeah, whenever you do it? Oh yeah.
Oh no. Give me 1 second to look something up. I guess it doesn't matter too much yet, but I want to know the rules, and I should have looked them up for tonight, and I didn't.
Well, there's no way to know the
Okay.
civilian person, so I just gotta leave their bodies here for a little bit.
So yeah, Charlie, while they're unconscious, you sneak your way back into there, and there's a door there heading to the south.
Yeah. I want to open that.
You're there at the door. What would you like to do?
Want to open it just a little bit. Try and peek my little head in.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, 1 second. Let's take you back outside, because I'll say that as you would have started to go in there, Helba would have said, "Oh no, be careful. There's part of the reason we fled up to the ramparts was the giant dragon that you killed. However, it is worth noting that
Oh god.
well, one of the things we had to regularly do in order to keep our
Did you shoot
our
every
home
one of
here
these
safe.
rooms?
Every one of them. When you're a goblin, the world is your bathroom. Even the in-house is your outhouse as a goblin. But you see, we would often stay in the caves below, if you will. Yes. We would stay in the caves below the citadel. But when we did come up, we'd have to regularly work to clear out part of the citadel. All sorts of creatures would make their homes here. Now, I will have to say, I am a bit concerned
Oh god.
about what might be lurking in here.
In the entire place?
Well, yes, we made our homes down in the vaults, really, beneath the citadel.
Oh, so you would like come out and meet the lady and
Our
Just
ambassador,
go back
yes,
yeah.
we'd come and we'd go out. We'd sometimes actually avoid most of the citadel. Frankly, I'm quite nervous to even be here for too long because I don't know what else might be in the citadel hungry for us.
Right. That sounds quite problematic. So you guys can leave if you want.
It's not really safe for us to. We think.
Oh, you guys are like complete cowards, huh?
No. Look,
No, yes.
we were living our lives. We were living our best goblin lives down in the vault. But then there were cultists.
Oh, you could have mentioned this.
We were busy. I was busy being held hostage.
Alright. Wait, so like that guy who was like all freaky deaky with his eyes?
Was she busy being held a hostage?
But well, yes. Then the little old man child there. He came in here and he demanded to find a way down beneath the citadel. He said he was looking for Alceta's ring.
Alceta's ring.
I've never heard of it. Which I read maybe it's shiny. I personally think it's probably shiny, which is why I
Shiny
wanted
is
it
good,
because
yeah.
rings. Yeah, rings are always shiny and therefore good. But there were no shiny rings in our vaults. I could say because we looked for anything that could have been useful. But there are rooms that were even deeper than our homes. But we never go there, so maybe the ring he was looking for is hidden there.
And it's pushing all these battles up here.
I mean, I think some just kind of come and make their homes here. We kind of try to avoid it. you know, we don't bother them, they don't bother us, they then bother the town and kill people.
Did they delve too greedily and too deep?
No, we're not greedy. I
Uh-huh.
imagine at this point Karen is starting to come to, and that is Karen's opening bit.
Did
Just for
you
some reason,
delve too
presuming it's the
greedily
goblin
and too
response.
deep?
Oh, so actually, in that case, if Karen really does come to and say, "Did you dig too greedily and too deep?" I'm pretty sure the goblin will just respond, "Okay, boomer." No, we were just living our best lives, and well, the cultists sort of. Well, they call themselves the Cinder Claws, and they said that our home was now their home, and we're like, no, it's still our home. And then they said they were going to roast us and peel us and eat us, and then they had
I do
dragon
like roasted.
monsters.
The cinder what?
Cinder Claws,
Cinder
they said.
Claws. That's a really
That was
good
bad.
name for a cult, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, we didn't really think about that. We thought about them peeling and eating us, so we left. There were
Holy
There
shit,
were
that's
so
a
many
thing,
monsters
though?
on the ground floor that we ran up here to the battlements, and the dragon thing down there, and they kept just like roaring at us because it wanted to eat us.
Right?
By the way, thank you so much for killing it.
Yeah, you don't have any reward. that
I'll
you
kill
can
any
buy.
dragon you put in front of me.
That's my mom.
I'm Karen. Nice to meet you.
I'm Helba.
Kia ora.
Thank you. Why did you stab me?
Well, that was a bad throw on my part. I do apologise. If there's any way I can make it up to you, I'd be more than happy to. I do love goblins. As you can see, I've got a daughter that I have adopted, who is a goblin. So I've got many goblin friends, so yeah.
Oh, okay, Boomer. Look, if that's a bad throw, then I'm a hobgoblin. Look, Jackal
You're a
over there
hobgoblin?
throws better. And you see that she points over to a goblin that's wearing 2 eye patches.
Are they on the same eye? Wait, no,
No.
Felix wouldn't know.
You were too busy violently throwing up to have seen that.
And then being attacked.
Yeah, I barfed a lot in that. Well, no, I only barfed once, but I tried a lot to barf.
So I do mention that, like, at this point, Felix, you saying something, you are slowly kind of coming to a little bit. And I imagine you have that snarky thought, but maybe you can't quite vocalize it, because not only have you been unconscious, but there's just, like, a bit of stale vomit in your mouth, and it's disgusting.
Just a bit. I got this thing lodged in my throat.
Yeah. All the monsters up here, I'm not sure how safe it is. You know, with how well you killed the dragon, maybe you could oust some more people from the Citadel, so that we can be safe here.
Yeah, that's probably gonna happen.
I would love nothing more than to help you reclaim your village and home.
Oh, I mean, really, our home's below with the cultists. And I'm not sure I'd recommend going there too much. You know, we were gonna tell Calmont how to go down there. Like, we really were going to. I mean, what do we care if he goes downstairs and gets killed by cultists? He was gonna try to kill us, but he just grabbed me like really fast and started screaming. And then I got kind of confused and flustered, screaming and waving the knife. So, you know, I couldn't get a word in. He was just like talking the whole time, and then I froze, and then he was gonna try to stab me, and then I wasn't talking enough because I was too scared, and then I started talking a lot, and that was too much. Then I talked less, and then you stabbed me, Karen.
Yeah, that one's on me.
Yeah. But who's the little frail one? Is he gonna wake up?
I imagine at this point I probably have.
And I imagine you do. Remember that one goblin you were really nice to and kind of comforting? I imagine that goblin is sitting above you, trying to like help you and like trying to
Slap in
manage
his
food.
face.
But they're like horribly like rust-covered rags.
Fantastic.
But you kind of come to with this little like goblin child just trying to care for you.
Right.
Just looks up and has this giant toothy grin.
You look like
There's
blue
probably
eyes.
like, yeah, like sit up like for the moment. I'm just like, thank you.
The goblin kind of freaks out for a second. Oh, hey, Are you okay? Are you okay?
Not anymore, no.
No, but that's not something we can worry about right now.
Would you like some rat ale?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good if you just, don't think about it too much. Just think like that's the name of the drink. It's not too bad.
And this little goblin kind of runs over and pulls back like it's a growler as big as he is. Like dragging it on the ground. Me and my parents, we brew this. We brought some with us when we ran up because you gotta protect the family. And there's a little keg tap in the ground, and he pours it these little almost like thimble-sized glasses to hand to each of you.
Oh, I'm gonna need way more than this, homie.
Try it first.
It's alright. Fucking do. I tried
Yeah,
it.
if you ain't used to the red ale, it'll put some hair on your chest.
It hits like a pound of bricks. Or
Yeah, this is the shit.
Kia ora.
bit of your lip
Toss it
just
back.
goes numb.
Oh, I can't feel the barf anymore.
That is one of the plus sides.
That's actually what we brew it out of.
Well, I know that now.
It's a thing you can't unknow.
If I drink enough of this, I think I can. I think that this beer is its own cure.
It's also the cause. Now, what was the goblin's name? I was unconscious when they introduced herself. I don't think I caught your name. I'm Kieran, Charlie's mother.
I'm Helba.
Helba.
I'm the chieftain here of, well, what's left here of the Brumble Brashers. Many of us fled to other caves.
Well, Hilbert, nice to officially meet you. I am sorry for throwing my harpoon in your arm. That's definitely on me. In return, I'll do whatever I can in order to help you clear out this place of the cultists. Because it sounded like these people worship dragons. Is that my understanding?
I have no idea what their philosophical beliefs were. It frankly didn't come up in their threats to eat us.
Right, that makes sense.
But, yeah.
I think we should perhaps get back to town to talk to Warble, tell her that we've sort of at least stopped the powder keg that is this situation, and perhaps...
Well, my good friend, she's actually my cousin. She's such a smart lady. Only one of us to live in the big city. But yeah, if you could let her know that we're alive and that you saved us, that'd be really awesome. Like, we still lost our home down below, but maybe not forever, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I think...
She kind of looks up with this big sort of bashful smile, right?
Yeah, right. And Karen kind of cuts off and sort of walks away from the goblin without saying anything. She kind of walks off alone.
She broods a lot.
Well,
Very broody.
if you do go down there, then do you think you might go down there?
Yeah, I think so, but we really gotta get back to town. Kinda.
Well, let me give you this, and she grabs a piece of like sort of ruddy, like not quite parchment, but something that she can draw on with a bit of charcoal, and she sketches out what looks like a really rough layout of the layers beneath the citadel.
Okay.
And she kind of ties it up and hands it to you, and just, it's great to see. It's great to see a hero like you rise up. By the way,
Speak
just
of me.
beware of and be nice to the mascot down there.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Big Bumble. Just be kind to and also beware of Big Bumble, our mascot.
Okay.
What is a big bumble?
A grizzly bear.
Oh.
Right.
He's probably very hungry.
Oh.
You
We
got
tricked him into the dungeon because we wanted a mascot and a pet. And then he ate some of us, so we trapped him in a room, and then the cultists showed up and we had to leave him.
Oh.
But he's our mascot, so just, you know, be nice to him, but also not too nice because he might eat you like he ate Philip.
Rest his soul.
Damn.
Yes.
Uh,
May he bash his bumbles forever.
So why didn't you just feed the cult to him?
We didn't have time, and there was a lot of them, and they were really scary, and we thought, I mean, you know, Big Bumble's really big and bumbly, but we weren't sure if Big Bumble could take on the cult, and they were going to eat us, and we're like, well, Big Bumble's probably really hungry too, and he ate some of us, so, you know, maybe they have common interests.
Oh no, the good thing about bears actually is that bears will eat anyone. They have no allies or natural friends.
Well, he was kind of our friend, but like he didn't like us.
Well, yeah, that's the problem is they have no natural friends. They have no concept of friends.
Okay.
I thought that was
It's true.
sharks.
No, sharks have no concept of anything because they're sharks, dumbass.
Right.
Sharks and
So-
bears are both apex predators in their own natural habitats.
You know what else
Well,
is an apex predator?
That's why.
You.
Well, and like she's just trying to butt in, and that's why our mascot is a bear because we're apex predators.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right.
We're Brumble Brashers.
Right.
Yeah!
Kind of starts
Karen
coming
throws
to-
a fist up.
Helba flinches back for a second, like really worried that you might hit her again. You know? Yeah, and then sees that you were like not going to, and sort of cheers with you in a little awkwardly. Because at this point, you kind of hear Calma starting to come to. Why is the fucking
I
goblins?
kick him in the head.
Ah! And he's unconscious again.
Yeah.
I think we should get this little shit back to town, eh?
Yeah, the goblins say.
We should wait for him to wake back up again so I can kick him again. It felt really good.
Can I kick him? Helba?
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
goes over
kick
and just
him.
like boots him right in the gut. A little bit of
See?
blood comes out of his mouth.
Apex predators.
I pick him up by the scruff on the back of his neck and I say, "Hey, you want to slap him?"
Yeah, and she pulls out a knife.
We need him alive. We need him alive. Just a quick slap. That's enough.
You can hit him with the wrong side of the knife if you want.
Oh yeah, that'd be fine. Blunt end.
Like flip the knife over and just smack him with it.
No.
Yeah, use a mark, it's
are
fine.
involved, and we are better than shitty little men.
Yeah, well, I'm not. And I drop him on the ground and then pick him back up and sling him over my shoulder.
Hey, you should throw him to me.
Hey, you want to play Halfling Toss? It's a fun game we used to play back in my tribe. Only with Halflings though. Don't worry about it. No, we never played this with goblins. And I chuck the Calmont over to Felix.
Yeah. Felix catches it.
You want a athletics check or anything on that?
No,
I think it's the wrong pronoun here, but here I am.
in your mind, you're not under stress. You can lightly toss the half.
Hang on, that's going on Twitter too.
All right. So right off the bat, something else is going to happen. At this point, sort of wrapping up your conversation with Helba, you're all going to get another 120 XP
Yes.
for rescuing the goblins.
120, you say?
Yeah, I think so. Because last time I just gave you XP for defeating Calmont and the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So that'd be.
So yeah, 150 XP a person.
So we should be at
I
590.
have my character sheet up.
Sure. You're better.
Oh.
There are people who are better at math than I.
How many XP?
You should be at 590 and 410 left.
Okay, I
I'm
just
going to
ignored
ask this-
everything that Jim said and wrote in 590.
I'm going to ask this question so many times. Where the hell is it?
Front
Click on
page,
the
main
little
tab,
lasso
and it's
next
little
to your-
eyeglass next to your class and level on the
Oh,
main
it's an
tab.
eyeglass?
I think it's a magnifying glass, like to look closer at.
Oh, I thought it was a lasso.
No, it's
This is
a magnifying glass so you can
really
look closer.
confusing design decision.
Hey, we're over halfway to level 2. Look at that.
Oh, you're halfway there.
Oh, leveling on a prayer.
No, we're definitely not, because I'm out of spells.
After a long rest, we'll be leveling on a prayer.
No, you can still pray, it just won't do anything.
Just like normal prayer.
Damn.
So, I guess I'll kind of come to. You all have 1 hit point each. I know, with the exception of Charlie. So yeah, everyone go ahead and adjust your wounds appropriately. So you each have 1 hit point.
Wounded. Wounds 19. That's it. There we go.
All right. So what would you all like to do?
I'm headed back towards the town, either carrying Calmont or playing Halfling Toss with Felix. One or the other.
I'm playing Halfling Toss.
Then we're playing Halfling Toss.
This isn't negotiable. We're playing Halfling Toss if we go.
So we're headed back towards the town playing Halfling Toss.
Following.
So, back to the town, and it's sort of on the way back that Calmont does start to come to again. As he does right away, just spits, like, mid-throw, I imagine, from Felix. He kind of comes to, and just with the precision and annoyance that only a rogue can have, spits right on your face, Karen, as he's flying through the air, tied up at you. What are you doing?
I wipe it off. I wipe his spit off with my... I wipe his spit off with my thumb and Simba it across his forehead and say, "We ain't done with you yet, mate."
Oh no, mate! You're a step ahead. You're a step ahead. Felix throws him back.
He's just mumbling, "I can't believe those pests. They were going to tell me how to find a ring, and then you had to get in the way. You're all fucking horrible."
I don't disagree with that one.
As I'm carrying him, I grab him kind of by the back of the neck, like sort of like this, at the back of his shirt, and I stoop down as I'm walking to get him real close to the ground, but not touching it. Just like, I could be dragging you across this ground right now, but I'm not. It's an intimidation thing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
You got it. Skills. There it is. Doesn't seem to care. 8 intimidation.
I mean, God, you're just as bad as those pesky fucking goblins, and you don't even have anything useful. Fuck you.
These things are also true. Throw him back.
Yeah, I toss him back to Felix.
Stop throwing me!
No. I try to put a spin on him this time.
Put a little English on it.
Like when you throw a football, you hold it by the laces and you put that spin on it so that it flies straight.
So he's around by the ropes he's tied up with.
Yeah.
Laces out!
So apparently what I'm learning is that your version of the bruiser rogue is just a jock.
I mean, when there's no locker, you are the locker.
Oh god. So you're just throwing Calmont back and forth. And it doesn't take you long.
Having a jolly time.
You make your way back. I mean, to be fair, as jolly as you can for all being on 1 hit point except for Charlie.
Yeah.
Like, all of you look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You all make it back to town, just, like, bloodied and beaten up. I have to imagine, like, just what will only become horrible bruises.
Yeah, but enough about the halfling.
Oh, God.
I'm not saying we caught him every time we threw him.
Yeah, we're on 1 hit point. We likely dropped him once or twice. Little
Can you
bastard.
imagine that we only caught him on the first few times and then just started tossing him, and then Felix would have to go back a few steps to pick him up.
Especially after he woke up, I have a feeling he was dropped significantly more frequently.
Seems like
And then probably on purpose a few times.
Yep. You know the whole like someone throws the frisbee and there's no way in hell you're gonna catch it, so you just kind of do the oh, and just kind of like stick your arm out and kind of wave at it.
Vidaria.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
No, it's like the soccer thing where the ball's going into the goal, so you jump up and punch it so it goes over the goal. That's what we did with the halfling.
So eventually you find your way back.
What I'm saying is we played soccer with him for a while.
So it doesn't take you long before you find your way. Oh man, where is it?
To the Breachill? Breachill, that's the name of the town, right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get. Here we go. You all start cresting the hill into Breachill. I imagine at this point, just with the walk there and your time and resting, it's evening. So if this was a sunset, this is kind of what you're seeing as you crest just the edge of the walk back into Breachill. And it's a quiet, the quiet village is probably oddly comforting.
This is a place I've been in not always been.
I kind of thought that the birds were like some looming kraken.
I'm gonna head towards the town hall, but see if I can find a guard to help us out with Calmont.
Okay. Well, sort of as you reach town, you do see a couple of guards. There's not a ton of guards, and most of the guards kind of remember the people who are at the call for heroes. And one kind of looks up. Oh wait, who you got there?
This
Is that a scamp, a cat of a bookseller's apprentice?
Yeah, this is Calmont, the little shit that started the fire at the town hall yesterday. We caught him up at the Hell Knight's Hill up the Citadel. He's been threatening all of them goblins, keeping him hostage. That's why we haven't heard nothing from the Brimblebrushers in the last 2 weeks.
Well, I'll escort you back to town hall. You, Jacobs. Yeah. I'll go alert the council. Bring them there. And one guy just takes off at a good trot. The other brings you and escorts you back. I can take Calmont for you if you want.
Thanks. Even though he's tiny, he's getting heavy. Little thick bastard.
Yeah, you should eat less. Get some more exercise, man. You won't be able to do in prison, dipshit. Got him.
Calmont just whimpers a little. You're horrible.
Yeah.
You're worse than she is.
Yeah, that's probably true.
She?
Who's she? Who are you talking about?
You know.
Yeah,
You know. The bookseller? Vaz? You're not too quick, are you, huh?
I'm new in town here. So why don't you go ahead and introduce me to this Vaz? Who are you talking about? Why are you so scared? You're not scared of me.
You know, she was my employer, but she thinks she's my god. Always bossing me around. Calmont, do this. Calmont, read that. Calmont, that's not how you pronounce Norberger. She's a jerk. I hate her. I've been digging around her stuff for weeks trying to find something I could sell to buy my way out of that stupid job. Didn't find any goodies, but I did find her notes about Alcida's ring and what she's planning to do with that information. I don't fucking care. I just want to get paid. Get away from her. Away from people like you. Oh, you're all so bad. You just think you're so high and mighty. You can just toss me around like a soccer ball.
Toss him back.
Well, now, first thing you need to know now is that it's pronounced Nobargo. Second, now what's this ring you're talking about? I slap his cheeks a little bit. Not hard, but just kind of...
Oh, like puckering him up for a kiss.
Tell you what, you get me away from this guard, get me outside of town. Let me get out of here. Give me a couple coins in my pocket, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
I hurl him to Felix.
Yeah, finally.
Tell you what, can you make another intimidation check for me?
Absolutely.
And go ahead and give yourself I'll lower the DC here a little bit.
Ah, cool. Still not great. What's that? 10?
You know, I shouldn't have offered you anything. You're just full of yourself.
Well, I am pretty awesome.
Yeah, we are pretty awesome, it's true.
All right, you know what? Felix, make an intimidate check.
Do I even own an intimidate check? That's a really good question. Holy shit, yes I do. I'm proficient and have a +4.
Mm.
So you say, as you make some sort of self-aggrandizing comment and just sort of lay it on thick.
You know, wave him around a little bit.
He kind of got the hint that I'm actually not going to hurt him or kill him. He's probably figured that out.
But Felix might.
Felix might, but I think he's figured out I'm not going to kill him.
Might's a pretty bold statement.
He kind of, as you're holding, imagine that Calmont just looks you dead in the eyes. Why do you think I was dealing with those little freaks? They were going to tell me how to get down into the basement of the Citadel. They used to live down there, and everyone knows that. Well, and they blocked the steps on the first floor, and that can't be the only way down there. And the ring's down there. The Elf Gate is down there. Do you have any idea what someone would pay for information about those lost Elf Gates?
No.
Only those worms wouldn't tell me how to get down there. At this point, the guards' ears are kind of perking up a
with
little
honey
bit.
than vinegar, dear.
They're not even worthy of flies.
Man, I'll toss you. You know I'll do it.
Please don't toss me again.
I'll do it. I'm not gonna, because you asked, but I still might. You gotta be nice.
Okay. What do you want to know?
I don't know. I'm just intimidating you.
Where are the
Yeah.
Answer my Bud's questions.
What's the Elf Gate?
Alcetta's ring? It's... You must know. The old legends of the Elf Gates, they connect places all over the world. Elf Gates. You know? You're not daft, right? Do you realize how valuable information is to the richies who want to travel fast? Selling that information would get me out from under Vaz's thumb in a heartbeat. Imagine that. One location, one step, takes you across Galarian in a moment, the blink of an eye. Like opening a door to another place.
Look at me, little dude. I'm a highwayman. I don't trade information. I
Yeah,
take
but-
things from people.
Information gets you paid.
Yeah, but I don't think like that. I need people like you.
So maybe you can pay me a little then, and let me go on my way since I've been so helpful?
I'm
Yeah?
not guaranteeing anything. I don't call the shots.
You're all the worst. I'm glad I set that fire. You should have seen everyone's stupid faces.
I'll toss you.
I'm not. No, grab him.
You know what?
Oh, I didn't say I'd toss him to anyone.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Just kind of sniffles a little.
Has that guard come back yet?
No, one guy was running out. The other guy was leading you to town hall.
Oh, that way.
And
Okay.
it's right about this time that you all sort of found yourself at town hall. And you see the same council folks there.
Oh man, I do not remember the councilwoman's name.
That's okay. It's Greta.
Greta.
I don't even remember the council.
And you actually see Greta kind of there standing next to the guard who ran ahead to alert the townsfolk. And then Greta is there, and as are the other town guards.
And you said Greta's talking to the guard.
Yeah, just sort of you kind of
Just over
you're
here.
talking. You say that they've come back to town with Calmont already. That's excellent. I mean, of course, you'd hope they do well. But oh, you're here now. Thank you so much for coming. I see you've returned with Calmont alive as we asked.
Yeah, a little worse for wears, but he's still breathing.
Calmont, it's time for you to answer for your crimes. What? And the goblins? Warble's tribe, are they okay?
They're a little freaked out, but he was holding them hostage. They seem to be all right now. They was.
Why was he holding them hostage? What did they do to him?
He was trying to find a way into the vaults beneath the keep, looking for some treasure or other to buy his way out of town.
He's looking for an elf gate.
I'm sorry, a what?
The second you say that, you like feel daggers in the back of your head from Sam.
I don't know. It
Did
might
you
be
say-
just the rumblings of a mad halfling. You know how crazy they can be.
You see an older gentleman, Jorth Kenterclaw, one of the councilmen. Did you say an elf gate?
Hey, it was something he was just rambling about.
Well, that's preposterous. If there's anything like that around here, I'm sure I've heard from the elves about it. You don't let magic like that disappear without doing something about it. But just the ravings of a madman, I suppose.
Yeah, we did beat him half senseless. He probably has a concussion.
Greta,
Can you
Are we
have
losing
two
full
concussions?
imagine Greta just sort of, well, he is still alive, so I do
Well, I
I
mean,
do
that could be
appreciate
debated too.
appreciate you. I do appreciate you keeping your word on that, and I'm sure Warble will be happy to know. And sure enough, at this point, you do see Warble just running out. My tribe, are they okay? I heard word in town spreads quick, and I heard you are already back. Are they okay?
I say to her in Goblin, yeah, calm down. It's all right. Everyone seems to be okay. We did manage to pull him off your leader, Hilda? Hilba.
Oh,
We pulled him off.
Yes.
He was holding
Is she
Hilba up
okay?
at knife point, but we managed to get him away from her. She's only got, a little bit, a couple of wounds here and there, but she's fine otherwise.
And they're safe, and they can all return home now. Yes.
No, if you mean by home as in the vaults underneath the keep, because it's been taken over by cultists.
Like, oh.
Well, didn't they say there was the cult of the flame or the burning embers? It had something to do with fire.
Cinderclaw.
Cinderclaw, that's it.
I've never heard of those, but
Have I heard of that?
yeah, give me a okay. So
Now that I'm awake to actually hear the name.
yeah, I'm gonna say
And would dragon lore help with that? Because, I mean, obviously religion, it's a cult, but
it's actually going.
Cinder Claw makes me think dragon, and I am trained in dragon lore.
Is it Lord Dahak?
Do you have that?
Oh, hell yeah, I have it.
Okay, so here's what the fuck is up. I'm gonna check recall knowledge because I think recall knowledge is in fact a secret check. So, any of you can attempt to recall knowledge on the phrase Cinderclaw.
Okay. I would like to do that.
Felix does not bother.
That's probably fine.
No.
Are you looking up a rule or something?
Yep. I'm checking on rules for absolutely no reason at
I'm
all.
going to run and grab a beer while you're looking up rules.
Okay, well, no.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I'm still here.
Yeah, I'll start with you. I can grab a beer since Felix don't give a shit. All right. You have lore.
I have dragon.
What's your lore, Eli?
Dragon.
All right, and what's your bonus on that lore?
5.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a secret check here. It sounds vaguely familiar. Like maybe if something else cued it up. You would have sworn that there is some sort of cult like that that worships a dragon god, but you're not for the life of you, you can't remember more about it than that.
I think in one of my times when Charlie and I would go port to port, I think I may have heard of the Cinder Claws. I believe they worship some kind of dragon god. Tim, you heard of any dragon gods? I can't recall which one specifically they worship, but I believe it's one of the dragons. So I'm passing the religion check to Tam.
Yeah, and I'll also say that Karen, you're not sure what was affiliated with, but you do remember some kind of symbol that you think sort of vaguely is coming to mind for you is. Sorry, let me pull something up real quick.
Whatever is coming to my mind, I draw it in the dirt with the tip of my harpoon.
All right, here we go.
I just heard a cock.
You vaguely remember this symbol being associated with it, Karen.
Oh. I attempt to draw that in the sand with the tip of my harpoon.
Really, the shape is more important than the details.
Gotcha. Tim, does this ring any bells for you? Dragon God, Cinder Claw, Burning Claw. I'm gonna draw that.
Nate, you with us, buddy?
Yep, I'm still here.
What's your bonus on religion?
+7.
Ooh, okay. So you're like kind of looking at it, you're like, you do remember reading something on it. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can't. Tam, you recognize it. It's an unusual symbol. It isn't the main symbol, but it's sometimes associated with the cult of Dahak.
Oh,
Evil dragons.
Would he say that out loud?
I was just like, it's not. I don't remember a whole lot of details, but does Dahak mean anything to anyone?
yes.
So you would also know, just being a bit of a nerd about this one in particular. So do you want to recall knowledge a little bit on this one, Trent?
I have literally Lord Dahak.
What's your bonus? You have much lower DC.
7.
Excellent.
Oh fuck. Okay, you critically
You don't know much,
succeed.
but you know this one thing.
No, you
Soon as
critically succeed.
Awesome.
So Charlie, here's what you know. You know that also the pieces that Karen pilled out, the Tam's bit of information, it's clicking together for you. You remember that this is technically a sign of the cult of Dahak. However, you know that right off the bat, the actual symbol of Dahak is a falling, burning scale.
Like, wait, quick interjection. Do you mean scale like a dragon scale or scale like justice?
Scale like a dragon scale. That's normally the sign of Dahak. However, Charlie, you remember that this claw, a smoking claw, is used by sort of a subsect of his worshippers who focus more on Dahak's aspect of a god of destruction, rather than a god of evil dragon and greed. However, it's not like they're against evil dragons and greed. They're just like, oh, evil dragons, and they're like, it's the kind of people that I imagine, like, if they're in a line and someone says, what do you like most about Dahak? And they're like, destruction, evil dragons, greed, and destruction. And they're like, whoa, you said destruction twice. And they're like, yeah, it's because it's my favorite.
I like destruction.
Yeah, I said it twice because it's my favorite. Yeah, Charlie, that's all coming to you.
Oh yeah, these are bad people. They like to burn and destroy and there's that whole greed thing. But man, they really like really like to burn and destroy stuff.
Then them being in a Hell Knight keep, even an abandoned one, is probably very bad.
You don't think they'd be summoning any fire demons, do you?
Even if they were, depending on how quickly the Hell Knights cleared out of that keep, there could potentially be some stuff in there that's worse than that.
Ooh.
At this point, Greta kind of perks up a little bit. She's sort of just standing nearby, you guys not really hiding this from her. most of us usually leave well enough alone from Helllight Hill, as it were. There's some rumors and legends that say that the Hellknights left behind all kinds of traps and trials to test any who might take over their old home. There was...
Note that Karen is dressed like one of them at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
which Greta's kind of eyeing a little bit.
I found these. Finders keepers, I believe, is goblin law, eh?
I believe that Hellknights saw it as well. Those who have the strength to conquer shall hold it in. At least that's actually what a young man visiting our village just a month or so ago who said he was investigating the history of the Citadel. He said he had a family tied to it. And he seemed to have some information about some of the more dangerous aspects of the Citadel. He
Might be someone worth talking to if he's still around.
last anyone heard from town, when heavily armed people come through, we often ask if they're here for the call for heroes, but he told us that he was going to the Citadel. Warble, do you know anything? Oh yeah, yes, I talked with him just a bit. He was, nice enough, I suppose. But he said he would be in the Citadel, and if we ever saw him again, it would be in the wake of his victory.
Who was this person?
Mom.
And Helga, what was his name?
Blumble?
And Warble, without missing a beat. His name was Alec. Alec Stahlgren. Stahlgren? She pulls out a little notebook and looks through it. Yes, Stahlgren.
Ulrich Stahlgrim. Was he
Yes.
human?
He said he was from the north. He'd travel a long way down from, Corvosa.
Really?
Yeah, yes. Does that mean anything to you?
That's where I'm from.
Oh, well, maybe you know him. Or don't.
Oh yeah, because all Corvosans know each other. Huh? The way it
I
is.
mean, it's kind of a big city, and I didn't get out of the gardens much.
Do you know Tulip?
Oh, everyone knows
Oh,
Tulip.
everyone knows Tulip.
Come on,
Oh my
Charlie, you've been
God.
to enough places.
Everyone
knows Tulip.
And you have just wasted 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I mentioned there's a whole aside on that. So, right off the bat, it is worth noting, of course, that Greta is going to pay you in full for the promised amount. Let me see how much was offered. So, her and Warble, you're each going to get... Let's see... Also, if you guys remember, when you guys left town, you didn't get 2 minor healing potions.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Well, they weren't in my inventory.
Yeah, I don't think I have them either. Do I? Let me look. Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, I thought you guys got a
I have a lesser
antidote,
antidote.
lesser anti-plague. Well, you should. The
Well,
we
we have got the antidote and the anti-plague, but those aren't healing potions.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. That's on me, folks.
Yeah, it's fortitude saving throws against poisons for 6 hours. Oh, that I should have used
Well,
that
then
before we went in. That would have been helpful.
A couple of things then. The
Just
group,
remember
each
to
of
maybe
you.
buy some when I went back to town. I guess,
So the group collectively has 2 minor healing potions. Which who wants them, and I can drop those items into someone's inventory so they don't have to look them up.
I feel like I've dropped a lot, so I should probably take one of those. I feel like I've gone unconscious more than everyone else combined.
Maybe both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
think give
why
the
don't
other
you
one
just
to
take both of
Tam.
them for now? Okay, I can do that. I
Because,
can.
yeah, we want
I
to
can
keep
be
the
a wing
healer
once.
alive. Yeah, give him one and then I'll take the other.
All right.
All right, Tam, this is coming in your inventory, and let me.
Woot.
Do you see it in there? Is it like fully identified for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I do also really love that I don't have to tell you guys all the stuff, and I can just drop it in for you.
It's so helpful.
It's pretty freaking dope.
You don't have to believe in us to know anything.
right?
You could
Yep,
have
I see
zero
it.
faith in your players. It's
I
amazing.
see it in there now. Minor healing
And
potion.
so that has all the rules for how it works and everything like that. That was
Awesome.
Could have zero faith.
So she's also going to pay you all. So the group is going to collectively receive 20 gold, in addition to 50 silver apiece.
A piece. Okay.
So
So
that's
each of you add 50
5.
silver. Yeah, so each of you get 5 gold and 50 silver on top of anything else you have.
awesome.
And she says, we don't have much, but if this, perhaps you might be able to investigate further this cult that is underneath there, and maybe you'll be able to find this Alex Stabrum.
As long as I can rest up a little bit, I'd be more than happy to do anything I can to help this poor goblin village.
Oh, no, of course. And you realize, as you all started talking, you realize you've been so zoned in on the cult of the Cinderclaw, the cult of Cinderclaw, in this conversation that you realize that there actually is a small crowd that is gathered around you.
Oh, we're celebrities.
You honestly are, and they're all kind of looking at you. And Greta sort of looks up. Innkeep, are you there? And sure enough, a man raises his eye, sort of raises his hand. Let me actually get the name for you since I have all this shit.
That's so
Is
cool.
Inkeep his first or his last name?
What's up?
Is Inkeep his first or his last name?
Yes, he is Innkeep.
His first.
Brett here.
How many innkeeps you got in there? 3. Innkeep, and Luigi Innkeep.
No, so it's actually
It's Chris Inkeep. I know this guy.
Oh, you know what? I should really bring this out for you guys. Oh god, gotta make it smaller.
Bah.
Oh, jeez. Le Mans Lament, I believe, is where Charlie and I have been staying lately.
But the Wizard's Grace is sort of one of the local watering holes where everyone likes to gather before the call for heroes. The Monsman is a soup kitchen, really more on the downside.
Yeah, that's where we've been staying, though. Because I fish and cook for the homeless. But yeah, we can stay at the Wizards.
But it's actually, you see a human who those of you in town may know her as Trinil Uskwald. Raise her hands. It'd be an honor to have the Wizard's Grace put them up while they're in town and need it. My grandfather was an adventurer, and my father after him. If I can cook the same meal my grandmother would send them out with to fill their bellies tonight, it'd do them well.
Any chance I could learn your recipe from you? Swap one with you?
More than happy to. And sure enough, it's not just there. There's actually another hand that kind of shoots up. You see a woman, Byron Tithe. And let the Church of Caden Killian buy any of you an ale for what you've done.
Hey! And I throw up a fist.
And that's Caden's Keg, another tavern in town.
Love the
Both
Killians!
tavern and church.
Is this what happens when you do heroic stuff? Is that you get the free bar hop for a night? I'm like leaning in and like kind of like not whispering but speaking quietly to Karen.
Well, you know, I mostly have only killed big fish and other kind of game meat, but I mean, go with it, right? They seem to be liking us.
Okay.
So
You're a hero today, kid.
additionally, Greta looks up and says, heroes.
See?
And the second that happens, like Tam starts looking around at everyone else.
Felix is just nodding. This is correct.
And so it's worth noting that you are now considered heroes of Breach Hill. And a couple things are relevant here. You now have a flat 5% discount on all items and services in Breach Hill.
Rad.
Additionally, and this is one of those things that's in, I think you guys may remember, I sent you all the player's guide.
Mm-hmm.
But if you also look in the library in the bottom right-hand corner,
I actually have it open.
You guys should see the Age of Ashes Player's Guide, right?
Yeah.
Inside of Player's Guide, if you click on the reference manual, and then you go open up Breach Hill Gazetteer and scroll all the way down and click on Adventurer's Discount. Check that out when you have a second, because that is all now relevant.
Awesome.
This is now that tag point.
I don't believe in doing anything you tell me, just in general.
That's okay. I'm aware of this.
I think Felix would be more about the 100% discount that he can get.
Yeah, but it's nice you don't have to
He
worry
looks
about
all
anything.
about the 100% discount on babes he's gonna get.
All right. So while you're all in town, you can all work your way over to the Wizard's Grace to catch some rest up for the night.
Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any babes there?
Because if there are,
I want to do them!
all right.
No one in our party can cast Magic Missile, at darkness or otherwise.
See, you don't know that.
All right. So because this has come up now, let's chat for a second about the rules for resting.
Hey.
New game?
Oh yeah, when we're done, Jim, remind me to tell you I picked that. I figured out what I'm doing with my tattoos and shit.
Yeah. It's also worth noting a little bit, Ike, that remember I said one of the two connections you would have had?
Yeah, that's what I want to chat about.
Okay. Corvosa is in Varissia.
I don't believe in Corvosa.
Got it. All right. So
I've got racism. I'm gonna put that on my character sheet sometime.
So resting requires 8 hours of sleep. Although resting typically happens at night, the group gains the same benefits for resting during the day. Either way, you can gain the benefits of resting only once every 24 hours. A character who rests for 8 hours recovers in the following ways. Characters regain hit points equal to their Constitution modifier, minimum 1, multiplied by their level. If they rest without shelter or comfort, you might reduce this to half to a minimum of 1. You also lose the fatigue condition. You lose the severity of doomed and drained by 1. Spellcasters need to rest before restoring their spells. Yeah, that's kind of the deal.
Good lord.
There's also a long rest if you guys want to do 24-hour period. Allows you to double whatever you get from a normal rest. But you need normally like...
We may need that.
Yeah, we might need that because I'm hurting bad.
Well, now remember...
Find the time, double the benefits.
But remember, there's a new option. Because once again, healing is not the only no-money way... resting is not the only no-money way to heal. Do you guys remember what happened after the first fight with the dogs? Medicine now has a 10-minute exploration skill.
Oh, yeah.
Called...
But it's only used once per. You can only use it once per day.
Nope, that's Starfinder.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to make sure that the pacing. Once again, one of the things I remember reading a lot about in the blog post for the design of Pathfinder 2 is that there was a lot of stuff that created bookkeeping that didn't build a ton of tension, like having to rest for multiple days or things like that. So they tried to change the balance a little bit. So in Starfinder, because you have stamina and hit points being separate things,
Right. Okay.
you can still play with low hit points as long as you can get stamina back, right?
Right.
So the way it works in Pathfinder 2 is treat wounds. You spend 10 minutes treating one injured living creature, targeting yourself if you so choose. The target is then temporarily immune to treat wounds for 1 hour. But this interval overlaps the time you spent treating it. So you can do it once per hour, not once per 70 minutes. So the medicine check is usually DC 15, although I can adjust it if it's particularly harder or particularly easier. But what goes on here is that if you succeed, the target will regain 2d8 hit points and remove any of the wounded conditions that they have.
That's helpful.
If you critically succeed, it's 4d8. But here's the thing I really like about it. If you succeed at the check, and then you roll 2d8, you can then you can then say, let's continue the treatment up to an hour instead of for 10 minutes, and then you just double the amount of hit points they regained.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So the truth is, Tam, that like that night before you go to bed, you can take the time to treat everyone up a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Then knowing that, I would have probably totally done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I imagine we're kind of hand-waving some of this so we can kind of keep things going a little bit tonight. So let's just go ahead and do that, just so we're familiar with it. So Tam, get out that heal die. I imagine it's not hard for you to get some clean bandages,
It's
boil some
just
water,
a,
make some clean bandages.
It's a medicine check, right?
Yep, DC 15 because you're not under any sort of particular stress.
Okay. And I do have my.
So who are you starting on first?
I'll probably start with Karen first.
Okay.
Hold on, I want to check real quick.
Thanks,
All
Tim.
right, so the healer's tools allow me to make this check.
Correct.
They don't grant me any bonuses. Okay.
And if for some reason you're an expert in this, let me know.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah. So here's one of those kind of cool things where if it works, if you are an expert in it, you can instead attempt a DC 20 check, and then it's 2d8 plus 10.
Wow.
If you're a master, it's a DC 30 check, and then it's 2d8 plus 30.
Jeez.
And if you're a legend, it's DC 40 and 2d8 plus 50.
Holy crap.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Now, it is worth noting, a critical failure will deal 1d8 points of damage.
Eesh.
Don't kill me, bro.
All right then. Right. So, yeah. So I'm going to start with Karen.
Okay. All right, so you're going to
No
fail.
dice.
Not a critical failure, though.
Yeah.
So who are you going to move to? Because each person's immune to it for the next hour. So who are you going to go to
Yeah.
next?
Probably go to Felix.
Yeah, boy.
And you know what? Here, I'm just going to go ahead and say this, I think, for fluff. I think that while you're healing, Nate, if you want to take, like, part of this, if you want to take sort of 10 minutes during your sort of treating the wounded, I'll allow this to count as your refocus.
Okay.
And get your, I mean, you get a focus point back when you rest anyway. But in my mind, the idea of like a cleric of life and death spending this time working with people right on the edge of life is a chance for you to sort of contemplate on the trainings of Pharasma, and that's sort of you reconnecting a little bit with your god.
Yeah, and like I will say is like this whole thing is for me would be, or for Tam would be like, this is a religious thing. This isn't just, oh, I'm playing the part of the medic. And it's like, yeah, very much so. This is what I do for my deity. So
It's like it's like they haven't been called to the boneyard yet. And you have to make sure that like Pharasma's not ready. Their invitation isn't due yet.
yep. So that's a 15. That's a 15 for Felix.
Yep. So that works. So go ahead and roll 2d8. So you'd gain 4 back, and if you focus on Felix for an hour instead of 10 minutes, you can turn that into 8 hit points back.
I'm gonna do that. I'm pretty much gonna be spending an hour with everyone. So
Yeah. So Felix, go ahead and restore 8 hit points.
Do we like bond at all during all this time?
what's that?
Do we like bond during all this?
Probably Tam is making an attempt.
Poorly.
Are we better friends now? Do we like? Are we starting to get each other?
Probably not. Little, I mean, you're figuring out that Tam has a very wide-eyed, innocent look of or understanding of the world.
Yeah, well, you know, it's cool.
Okay, so you do kind of have that moment where you realize a little bit how different Tam and Felix are. Tam, it's been an hour. Do you go back to Karen? Do you go on to someone else?
Wow, okay, so it's like it's a typical Fire Emblem C support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'd probably try to go back and help Karen.
All right, go ahead and roll another check.
Oh,
That's better.
Nice. Go ahead and roll your 2d8.
Oof, that's way better.
And if you want to take that out to an hour, that'll be 26 points of healing for
That
Karen.
would put me back at full.
Yes. Yes. That's pretty much what I'm doing for everyone. So
Thank
Okay, so
God.
Karen, you're up. And the only thing I want to know is you guys got to town about dusk. I imagine it was six-ish. No, wait, you're in August, so dusk is late. So I imagine it's probably 8 or 9. After a couple hours, it's like 10 o'clock at night now. Because I just think like role-playing wise, I want to see kind of how late the night goes for Tam. So Karen, you can go to bed after this if you want.
I would be trying to help with the cooking to try and swap recipes with that person from the inn.
Yeah, so you're doing that. And then, by the way, that is also happening. While Tam is tending to you, you're getting some of the... It is phenomenal. It's like hearty bread, big chunks of cheese, a really good stew.
Oh,
Can I-
wait, shit,
Can I
Felix
do
is, like,
some sort of check to learn whatever recipe it was they were showing me? Because I wanted to get learn a local, Breach Hill type recipe.
Felix is right there too, because I forgot I've got a bunch of points in like lore cooking.
Just right, the two you were above in that. Yeah, it's kind of like a fish chowder.
Ooh.
Oh, we're in Boston.
There's a Breach Creek, remember? It's a creek fish.
Yeah,
Crick fish.
crickfish.
Which means it's sewer fish.
Gross.
But they fry it up real good for some reason in the chowder. They also
Mm.
make sandwiches with it. But yeah, no, you both can. I imagine no kind of check on this one. Maybe a check to recreate it in the future, but you two are kind of paying some attention to it. They're like you're asking lots of questions.
Mhm.
All right. So Tam, you're 2 hours in. Karen's looking good. Charlie, just out of curiosity, you're
Yeah,
pretty
I was going to
clear.
ask.
What's going on with you throughout this process?
Charlie's just watching.
Okay.
Just sitting and watching.
How hurt is Charlie?
Not at all.
Charlie's at 100%.
Oh shit.
Then after, like, I'll probably like approach Charlie and just like, "How are you doing? Did you
Don't touch me.
Did you get it?
Okay.
All right. You're okay then? All right." And Tam will just go up to his room and try to treat himself,
No, it's worth noting.
if he can do that.
Felix is still down a few hit points.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you can you spend hit dice? Is that a thing in P2E?
Nope, that's 5th edition.
Will you recover to full with a good night's rest? Because, like, from a character standpoint, like, Tam is probably getting really tired.
Yeah,
At this
he's
point.
hurting. Because aren't you still at 1 hit point?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, so like how many wounds does Felix still have on him?
Oh my god, I fucked up a million ways. 7.
Okay.
Then he would try to Felix again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that d20.
Oh shit,
There we
that's
go.
a critical success.
Oh, that is a critical success. So that's actually going to change it up for you a little bit. That is 4d8.
I just removed the 7.
So in 10 minutes, you heal 13 hit points.
Good
You don't have
lord.
to take the hour.
You set that bone. You gave him some antacid, a little Pepto-Bismol, his stomach feels great.
God, we didn't even like it.
It was just like, you know, this. I know it looks bad, but it's not really. And he just does the neck crack thing that chiropractors do, and then it's that moment of like, oh.
No, I know exactly what moment it is. It's the moment from James and the Giant Peach, where the centipede is on the rack, and they're pulling him, and he's like, ah! Bleh. Oh, that one felt pretty good, actually.
Exactly.
That movie fucking terrified me when I was a kid.
Didn't it?
And you're the centipede.
I am not the centipede.
I love the idea that you just cracked his neck.
Never speak to me again.
So yeah, Tam, by this point, it's getting close to like 11:30 midnight. If you're going to retire to your room to tend to your wounds.
That is my plan.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your treat wounds.
On myself. Nope.
So you have to wait an hour.
Oh,
I'm actually just gonna go to sleep.
Okay, you'll go to sleep. You'll regain... Oh, I mean, you'll get 3 hit points back in the morning. It's not nothing.
Yep.
And then you can do that again in the morning. All right, so, you know, the Chupachira crows.
Chupa
What's
Chupa.
that?
Some low-key nice background music, not gonna lie.
Dude, Sirenscape is phenomenal.
It's so good.
I've been thoroughly enjoying its background music. But you know what? Let's change it up to the morning just a little bit.
Do I have time to grab a beer?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I tried to be the contrarian and failed completely.
You told someone not to get a beer. That's gonna fail every time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there you go. Here's the Chupachira. You can barely hear it.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
So that's all going off. Things are being baller. So Tam, you gonna wake up? What happens? What happens for you? I'm honestly kind of curious. Sun rises. What's going through Tam's head?
The last 24 hours was not like how the stories went. Yeah, he's just kind of. But I mean, he's gonna wake up and try to compose himself a little bit more before he does that. Okay.
All right, so that goes off.
Found.
You can go ahead and roll it. Oh, it's a good roll too.
That's
If you
pretty
want
good.
if you want to carry it out to the hour, you can.
I bring up.
Probably so people don't get suspicious. He wouldn't.
Okay. Cool. So you can go ahead and heal yourself up 11 more hit points. All right. So I asked a little bit what was going through Tam's head. Last night we got what was going through Charlie's head. For right now, I'm going to skip Karen and Felix. But what I do want to ask is Tam, kind of like if we imagine the cameras following.
Tell you.
What's that?
Felix isn't thinking about anything. I'll just tell you.
So if we can imagine that the camera is sort of following Tam, like maybe this was a Tam-heavy episode, right? Tam, you kind of come out of your room in the morning. You're going down into the common room as you do that, because you said that you wanted to head out before people got suspicious, right? I want to make sure I'm not putting words in your mouth.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like, are you there? What does Tam see of what are each of you up to, or
I'm
perhaps
hoping
not yet
cooking
up to?
breakfast. I'm depending on time of morning. I'm either fishing in the river or cooking the fish that I caught earlier, depending on the time of morning.
It'd be a little bit of a later morning because Tam still had to get 8 hours after everyone else.
Then
had
yeah,
gone
I'm
out of the
definitely
field.
cooking the fish that I had caught that morning.
Okay, Charlie, what are you up to?
I'm probably gnawing at the bones of the fish that she caught that morning.
Almost
Okay.
definitely.
And what's Felix doing this time? Like sort of not late morning, but morning. What's up?
Sleeping the bender off.
Okay, so Felix is not around.
Felix will be around in a bit.
Okay.
Kia ora, Tim. Good morning.
Morning, Karen.
Hey,
And he
whatever
just
you,
kind of like goes and sits down somewhere.
what you did to my arm last night really put me up right as rain. Thank you.
Oh,
Feels great.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Hope you were able to sleep as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. No problems.
You like catfish, gizzard? And I throw him a bowl of suspicious-looking stew.
Everything catfish is suspicious.
You're not wrong.
Catfish
like I
is
have-
salted food.
No idea what that is.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Eat up, and I slap him on the back. Not like hard, but just a pop. Probably hurt, but not like hit
Yeah.
point hurt.
There's
You know what I
there's
mean?
that wince, but the kind of like smile thumbs up.
It's the bro wins. We've all done it.
Yeah. When you high five just a little too hard.
That's hip hop.
I'm also downing a breakfast brew from the Kayleans. I love them Kayleans.
Oh man, why'd you
Is it like a
say
milk
those
stout?
words?
Yeah. One for you, Caden. And I take a big old gulp of it.
Now I'm thinking about the best breakfast burrito I ever had, and it's seasonal, and it never came back.
What is the best breakfast burrito you've ever had?
I took you to First Watch when you were in Indy, yeah? You remember that breakfast joint?
When we were like when the first year at Gen Con?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all went there on Sunday.
Awesome. They do breakfast burritos, but they only do them in the spring, which is like literally a crime.
Well, here in Colorado, we do them literally all times of the day and year.
Breakfast
Well,
burritos? Yeah.
There's other places that do breakfast burritos, just they don't do them like that.
Okay. Well, yeah. When you visit, we'll have to.
When I visit, we'll probably have a breakfast burrito for breakfast every day.
Oh yeah, we can go to a different place every day and do that too.
Damn, I'm booking the tickets.
Man, I knew that was all it took. Oh, thank God, there it is. Okay, so one of the other things we need to do
Man, it makes
is
exactly the same noise as when you fart.
I've got very little range. So at this point, Charlie, have you mentioned to anyone the gear that you took off of Calmont?
I probably dug it out that night and was like, had it out on the bed, to show Karen. She's like, oh, hey, mommy, look what I got. Look what I got.
Oh yeah, you got this from that little shit, hey? Good job, good
Oh,
job. No,
Thanks.
I rustled through it again, and what was in there again? There was like a dagger and like armor.
I've got it right here.
And I've also got it up here.
Small leather armor, a dagger, 2 flasks with some sort of potentially magical liquid, a very well made short bow, which probably is magic, 20 arrows, and thieves' tools.
I pick up the bow and I kind of, oh yeah, this looks nice. I think you found something here, Charlie.
Oh.
And I kind of, I give it a try, kind of not really like shooting an arrow, but I'm kind of sizing it up. I am a fighter, so I'm trained in bows, so I'm kind of just sizing it up, sort of.
It's a nice bow. And what I'll say is, if you guys kind of take the time, you know what? Actually, I looked up the rules for this, so let's actually use the rules.
I am not trained in Arcana or anything, if that helps. I have
Okay.
+2 in it because I have a high int, but I'm not trained.
Okay.
I probably, having seen it, I probably would have brought the bow to breakfast to show Tam.
Yeah, Tam, if you have...
I know enough about stuff to know that those runes are probably magic, but not enough to know what magic they are. That's probably about where my knowledge stops, is that this is magic.
So,
Tim, what you make of this bow?
oh wow. I don't know. Let me see it for a second. And I'm going to use start with detect magic.
Ooh.
Hey, so talk to me about what detect magic does.
Is that a focus
All
spell?
right.
It's a little different in the new edition.
It is a cantrip.
Oh wow, it's not
Okay.
a focus spell or anything? Holy shit.
Nope.
Cantrip, damn.
Send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic if you're fully aware of it, such as magic items and ongoing spells of you and your allies. You detect illusion magic only if the magic's effects has a lower level than the level of your detect magic spell. However, items that have an illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance, such as invisibility potions, typically are detected as normal. So, it'll tell me of anything magic nearby within 30 feet.
So several things ping. The 2 magical potions that I apparently forgot to tell you guys about before, ping. The 2 flasks that belong to Calmont ping, and the bow definitely pings.
So there were 2 potions along with the 2 flasks?
The 2 flasks are... Oh, what are the 2 potions I forgot that you guys had from Greta?
Oh, right.
Yeah, the
Those ping.
antidote ones or whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
those would be things I already know about, so I would ignore them.
So the new pings will be the 2 flasks from Calmont and the bow.
Okay. It's like, oh, okay, so it's definitely magic.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought because of these runes here, but I've never studied magic. I've only just met a lot of wizards in my time. I was hoping you could maybe read this, or have you seen it before? You could feel it.
You can give me some time. It's not something I've done, but I might be able to figure it out. Give me a moment. Generally, not a good thing.
So you can actually you can use religion to attempt to identify a magic item.
Oh, really?
Okay, fantastic. I will do that.
Yeah, you can use religion, arcana, occultism, or nature. Because magic items are sort of tradition neutral.
You can use nature?
Includes primal. Yeah, nature will allow you to identify primal magic tradition things.
Well, hell, I'm going to throw out a nature check on that. Not great, 8. So I can tell that it's magic, and I hand it off to Tam. It's not primal magic.
Yeah, and so in my mind, most items are sort of neutral enough in the essence of their magic that you can kind of get a feel on it.
Okay.
But like if you're trying to identify a spell like someone's casting, then it has to be the appropriate skill for like the tradition they're casting from, or if a spell has like a left essence somewhere you're trying to track out.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to make a religion check in order to just roll it up.
Sure thing. That is a 19.
So I think I'm trying to find, based on the way I understand the rules, I'll do a little more research, but I think they now just have a generic DC by level, and so I know what the level of the item is.
Okay.
And so I think that'll clear, because I want to double check, but yeah, I think it is effectively a level 2 item in the level 2 DC. You do clear. That may be different from how it actually works, but let's see.
If anyone cares, there's a beautiful view of this dog up on the hangout right now.
Doggo.
So what the bow turns out to be is a +1 short bow.
Oh.
So it's a short bow with a weapon potency +1 rune in it. Remember, runes can be transferred.
Oh. Oh, really?
Yeah, anything magical on weapons can be transferred. Magic armor weapons can be moved off of it. Yep. And so a magical potency rune is a +1 bonus. Attack rolls with weapon gain a +1. So it doesn't do extra damage. So a couple things. So potency, magical enhancement is what makes weapon strike true. Attack rolls with weapon gain a +1 item bonus, and the weapon can additionally be etched with 1 property rune once it has that.
Huh.
So property runes would be, well, I'm sure you can kind of guess, but a property rune would be things like flaming.
Oh, so you
or
can
striking.
You can turn it in. You can turn the rune into a property instead of a +1.
No. Having a +1 on there it makes the bow magical. It makes the item magical enough to accept property runes that would add that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do love the idea of just upgrading my harpoon and just keeping a harpoon forever.
Well, that's kind of the point of all this, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that is accurate.
Because it's like, you have the whole point is like with D&D was like, oh, this is this super important family heirloom sword that my grandfather gave me, and oh, hey, look, a +1 longsword, throw it away.
Right, yeah.
It's to stop that.
That's
So,
cool.
Transferring runes. You can transfer runes between one item and another, including a rune stone. A rune stone is basically a magical USB drive. Rune stones can hold runes on them, so if you want to pull runes off of something but not have to lug the thing around with you, you can pop it on a rune stone.
Oh, that's awesome.
This lets you either move one rune from one item to another, or swap a rune on one item with a rune on another. To swap, runes must be of the same form, fundamental or property. So like a +1 rune is a fundamental rune. And see, an item can have, if an item can have 2 or more property runes, you must decide which ones to swap and which ones to leave when transferring. If you attempt to transfer a rune to an item that can't accept it, such as transferring a melee weapon rune to a ranged weapon, you get an automatic critical failure on your crafting check. If you transfer a potency rune, you might end up with the property rune on an item that can't benefit from there, blah, blah, blah. The DC of the crafting check to transfer a rune is determined by the item level of the rune being transferred, and the price of the transfer is 10% of the rune's price, unless transferring from a rune stone, which is free. If you're swapping, use the higher level and the higher price between the 2 runes. So I can tell you now, it'd be a DC 16 crafting check.
Crafting?
Yeah.
That's not too bad, actually. I could probably hit that easily.
Let's see. Runes.
Especially if someone aided me.
Rune.
I'll have +7 crafting.
Oh, that's even better than mine. I
Let's see.
have 5.
Crafting requirements. You are. Yeah, I think I'll have to check. Because I think to craft a rune, you have to be an expert in crafting to make a weapon potency +1. But it doesn't say that for etching a rune.
Like to transfer one?
Yeah.
It would make sense that you could transfer them first and then learn how to make